Good, happy Tuesday afternoon. Is Tuesday, June 20th, 2023. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on RK Network. We have a lot of news to get to this afternoon, so let's get started right now. First up, disturbing details revealed in affidavit in the Harmony Montgomery investigation. We do want to warn you that it is disturbing and viewer discretion is advised. Let's take a listen to that report right now.
Good morning. My name is Amy Cavino. We are live outside Superior Court here in the city of Manchester, where just about 7 minutes ago, this motion was unsealed by the court. This was a motion filed by WMUR to unseal the affidavit of the Harmony Montgomery murder investigation. It's 48 pages. We've only had our hands on it for a few minutes. And we do have to warn you here that the information laid out in this affidavit is extremely graphic. It is upsetting, and so it may be too much to listen to. We are going to try to give you a preview of what happened here to Harmony Montgomery, basically from the words of Kayla Montgomery in an interview she did just about a year ago with police. She describes the family being evicted from that Guilford Street house and living out of a car. This was just around Thanksgiving time of 2019. According to this affidavit and according to Kayla, they were living out of their car with two young boys and little Harmony Montgomery, and that according to Kayla, Harmony was having a lot of bathroom accidents, and this family was stressed, and Adam was angry, according to the affidavit. And the moment that Harmony was killed is described in this affidavit. It happened shortly after noontime on December 7th. Harmony had had a toileting accident in the backseat of the car, and as he was driving, according to the affidavit, Adam turned around from the driver's seat with a closed fist and assaulted Harmony in the head 2 or 3 times. The affidavit describes this small child making some whimpering sounds, and according to Kayla, Adam says, "I felt something there. I think I really hurt her this time." The affidavit then goes on to say that Harmony whimpered for 5 or 10 minutes in the back seat before falling silent. Kayla admits that no one checked on her, there was no effort to get her first aid, and there was no discussion between Kayla and Adam about what was going on with this child in the back seat. They then arrive in their car at some apartment complex here in the city, and Adam goes to the back of the trunk of this car, unpacks an Under Armour type gym bag, and proceeds to put little Harmony's body inside that gym bag. This affidavit then goes on to describe how Adam dealt with the remains of this small child over the intervening weeks and months. This child's body was transferred to numerous locations around the city. Some of the most profound DNA evidence, according to police in this affidavit, was found inside a Families in Transition apartment. The Montgomery family moved into that apartment on December 30th of 2019, so about 3 weeks after Harmony was allegedly murdered by Adam. At this point, her little body, according to the affidavit, was in a trash bag in a cooler, and that bag had then been moved up inside a ceiling tile of this apartment at Families in Transition. Just a year ago, detectives got inside that apartment and went up inside that ceiling tile. There are pictures in this affidavit that show staining, which they say is from a decomposing body. And some of the most significant DNA evidence comes from that location in this case. We can also tell you that for a time, Adam was working as a dishwasher at a local restaurant here in the city, and that according to Kayla, for at least a week, a trash bag containing little Harmony Montgomery was located in the walk-in freezer. There is a lot to unpack in this 48-page affidavit. It is upsetting. It is graphic. We are going to work our way through it and present more to you at noontime. For now, we're outside Superior Court I'm Amy Cavino, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that graphic and disturbing details on that. Littleton police search for assault suspect. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Littleton police are asking for help in tracking down this man. They say 43-year-old Jamie Woodman is wanted on charges including first-degree assault with a deadly weapon. The charges stem from an incident that happened in Littleton on Sunday. Authorities say they found Woodman yesterday, but he fled on foot. They believe that he may still be in the area.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Hunter Biden pleaded guilty. What's next for him? Let's take a listen to that video from MSNBC.
Here it goes. I talk to my plants like they're babies.
Hey, you don't need to get that personal to get the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It just helps you create an affordable price. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
But we began with Hunter Biden, who is expected to plead guilty to 2 federal misdemeanor counts of failing to pay his taxes and 1 separate gun possession charge, according to court documents just filed this morning. I want to bring in NBC News Justice and Intelligence correspondent Ken Delanian, NBC News Capitol Hill correspondent Ali Vitale, and Carol Lamb, an MSNBC legal analyst and former federal prosecutor. Ken, walk us through these charges filed here. What is Hunter Biden facing?
Good morning, Anna. Well, look, Hunter Biden is admitting to crimes here, but they're misdemeanors. 2 counts of willful failure to file taxes in 2017 and 2018. The specific, they're called, it's the criminal information that describes the charges, doesn't specify exactly how much tax Mr. Biden is alleged to have evaded, but it says he earned more than $1.5 million in each of those years and was required to pay more than $100,000 in each of those years and did not pay. It's been reported that he repaid more than $1 million in a tax bill while this 5-year investigation was ongoing. He's also agreed to admit the facts of possessing a gun when he wasn't supposed to possess one because he was addicted to drugs at the time, so he lied on a form. He's admitting to the facts of that charge, but will enter a pretrial adjudication program, so it won't go on his record. So the upshot here is that he's expected to receive probation as part of this plea deal, no jail time. He'll have to come to this courthouse behind me at some point and surrender and be processed by the federal marshals. But a significant victory for Mr. Biden because NBC News has reported that there was at least 1 felony tax charge under consideration by the Justice Department. That hasn't been filed. And the DOJ was also looking very closely at Mr. Biden's foreign business entanglements and whether he, for example, represented foreign interests in the United States. There were no charges of any kind, no wrongdoing found by this U.S. attorney appointed by Donald Trump in those matters. And just to be very clear, we're already seeing criticism from Donald Trump and others that this is the Biden Justice Department cutting a sweetheart deal with the president's son. This investigation was run by the Trump-appointed U.S. attorney in Delaware, who was treated essentially like an independent counsel. There was no involvement by the Attorney General Merrick Garland or senior officials in the Justice Department other than career tax lawyers who have to be involved in any tax-related case. But that's the bottom line here. Hunter Biden agreeing to plead guilty to misdemeanors that should result in no jail time on him.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Patriots player Jack Jones released on bail following a gun arrest at Logan. Let's take a listen to that video from CBS Boston.
Patriots player Jack Jones released on bail after facing a judge this morning on gun charges. Police say the cornerback tried to bring 2 loaded guns through a TSA checkpoint at Logan. The guns were reportedly found in his carry-on luggage. Right now, though, it's still unclear how this might affect his future with the Pats. Jones is due back in court in August for a probable cause hearing.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And we are going to switch gears now, and let's go into weather. Here's meteorologist Matt Honing with a weather forecast.
Research shows nostalgia can help you remember ads. So customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
No one flavors like we flavor. Grill Mates.
One more cool and showery day to get through before a big change to our weather pattern in time for late week. Take a look at the jet stream the past several days. Yeah, we've been in this sort of trough of low pressure over New England that has kept the cool air in place and the daily chances for showers. Finally, though, the jet stream lifts to our north in the coming days, and that will allow much more summer-like air to fill in, especially by Thursday and then again on Friday. Clouds this morning, a passing shower, temperatures in the low 60s. We'll be back near 70 this afternoon. A few additional breaks of sunshine later on today, but then again, still a few passing showers, not completely out of the question. Much like yesterday, not every town is going to see one, and the coverage of these will be pretty widely scattered. Best chance for a shower this morning is in southern parts of New Hampshire, then later on today through central and northern New Hampshire. A lot of the shower activity does wind down after sunset. Tonight, we'll be left with a partly cloudy sky and some areas of patchy fog. 40s north, low to middle 50s elsewhere. Then for tomorrow, the first day of summer, looks warmer, mid to upper 70s. There is still the risk of an isolated shower, especially in far northern New Hampshire, and an onshore breeze will keep things a little bit cooler right along the immediate coastline. We'll call it 60s to around 70, Portsmouth down to Seabrook. Over the interior, though, mid to even a few upper 70s on your Wednesday afternoon with a fair amount of sunshine. There is a lot of active weather off to our south. A lot of clouds, showers, and thunderstorms from basically the Virginias down into Florida. This is a very complex system down this way, and we'll be keeping a close eye on it in the next couple of days because depending on how far north it gets, it could throw a few clouds in our direction for late week, and that could have an impact on temperatures. Yesterday, we were telling you about some big-time heat for Friday. Now it's not looking quite as hot, but still fairly warm, especially for mid to late June. 70s today and tomorrow, but back into the low and middle 80s by Thursday and Friday. And eventually the humidity joins the party by later Friday and the weekend as dew point temperatures creep back well into the 60s. Here's your 7-day forecast. Chance for a spot shower today. Best chance for a shower is across far northern New Hampshire tomorrow. A warming trend in the next several days, Thursday and Friday. Blend of sun and clouds, temperatures into the lower and middle 80s. Then we jump right back into a more unsettled weather pattern this weekend with daily chances for showers and thunderstorms extending into next week.
Okay, and there you go on that weather forecast from meteorologist Matt Honing. And that does it for this afternoon edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on RK Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great afternoon, everyone. I'll see you back here later on this evening for another newscast. Goodbye.